messy as hell. Yeah, my name is Jeff James. I used to be an amateur filmmaker when I was in high school. My son, Brian James, has taken the task of remaking the only film that I made during high school called Lights of Zetar. Well, because we were in high school and we had very little money, I used a lot of poster board, which you could get at hobby stores. We didn't have Target back then, so you couldn't get all this stuff. I used poster board, a lot of balsa wood because it was cheap and plentiful at the hobby store. I used strip polystyrene for really tight details. The structure was probably wood, and so it's really some metal parts, and a lot of the surface detail was from kit bashing. Basically, you take a model kit and you strip it of the detail components that it has that you like. You just kind of pull them together and glue them together and slap them on there, and after a while it starts to make sense, even though you have no idea what it does. But so basically I took pictures that I could find of it, and then since I have a lot of experience in AutoCAD, I built it in 3D, a basic massing of the ship. Once you get that done and you're satisfied with the overall shape, then I would trace each corner of the shape for each plane. Then I would take those line drawings, I would flatten them down, and then I would produce a DXF file, which would be loaded onto the silhouette machine. And the silhouette machine basically scores the plastic, which is a polystyrene soft plastic, and then I can either cut the pieces out or I can snap them out, and you'll be able to see snapping them out works pretty well. Then you do some minor cleanup, and I use methyl ethyl ketone and a tiny brush to glue the parts together. It basically welds the pieces together. That's the basic process. And then it's a series of layers. Then once that is done, once I'm happy with the overall shape, then I rummage through my parts boxes, and I actually cut a bunch of tiny parts using the silhouette, different shapes, and you just layer it on to give lots of surface detail. So it's basically just shapes. And once you get that done, once you get the model done, then you paint it your overall color, and we would weather it, and it would be ready to go at that point.